Excited to introduce Meg May. How you doing, Meg?
Good. How are you?
I am good. Thank you so much for being willing to share your story and share a little bit about you over the past 6 months. So thanks for being here.
Yep.
So I'm just going to start and dive in and talk a little bit about, or ask you a couple of questions and talk a little bit about what's up in your life. So the first thing is, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself and kind of what are the things that are important to you?
Well, I'm a huge softball player athlete. So when everything kind of went down, that took away our softball season. So that was definitely one of the biggest struggles for me was kind of my outlet where all of my anger type stuff is all goes to softball. And then that was taken away from me. And that's how I got through the spring and got to summer with school, was going to softball practice 5 days a week. So that was really hard. And then I also I go to church quite a bit, obviously. I probably would not be doing this. Yep. So that was kind of weird too, when it's I don't even have the ability to go to church Sunday mornings, and there's no more confirmation on Wednesday nights for me to run to.
Yeah.
So I was kind of stuck, just kind of there's nothing I can do. And then with me being still a high schooler, the spring semester is the best semester, and it's just I missed. I was supposed to do a pig dissection and didn't get to do that. So I was kind of this is everything that we worked for all season, all year. We didn't get the chance to do. I was supposed to have a giant debate in English, never got to do that. So it was just kind of upsetting to know that everything we were all looking forward to all year was just taken from us right bad.
Yeah. Do you remember that? Do you remember the moment or kind of the realization when you saw your softball season being suspended? Do you remember how that felt or where you were at when that happened?
So we had tryouts the week before it happened. So I got my coach was Meg, you guys are on told us all of our teams and stuff. Hey, here's the varsity team, and I was pumped because I finally did it.
Yeah.
And then we get a call on Monday, and we're season's been suspended. And we're okay, it'll be fine. And then I get another call a few weeks later, and it's the season's been canceled. And I remember I started crying that day, and I was I'm not even a senior and stuff, but it's I don't get to play with the seniors one last time. So that whole we hung out as a team for the next 3 days together all the time, and we'd go on play hide and go seek in our cars and stuff. And we all so one day we jumped the fence to go onto the field to do our one of our seniors I don't know how to put it, it's annual yearly thing that they do. So all of our the seniors' handprints were on the top of the dugout. So we all all 15 of us jumped the fence onto the field to go do this.
Yeah.
So that was quite a fun time for us.
So it brought you together. It made you all want to kind of find a way to, at least in that short span of time, find a way to connect.
Yeah. And so there was a cop sitting in the parking lot right before we were going to do it. So we had a couple of the seniors went and asked the cop if it was okay that we did this. And the cop just said, do what you want to do and watch us all do it, and then drove away. It's okay, I don't think he really cares all that much.
Yeah.
So that was kind of nice.
Yeah. So how would you say that the pandemic, what was the biggest impact? I mean, obviously it took away sports and it took away church, but like, how did it affect you personally?
Well, like, I think we had too much family time to begin with. Because I started going like crazy right away because I'm a very social person. So I'm like never at home really. And so all of a sudden I'm stuck at home and I'm like, I have nothing to do. Like, what do I do? And so like, I would find like the weirdest things to clean, like deep clean my room a few times. I like just didn't have anything else to do. So I just started cleaning.
Yep.
And like I would have FaceTimes going on with my friends like the entire time, like random group FaceTimes would just come and go. And I'm like, oh, we're gonna call with. I'm like, I don't know half these people. Like it just works.
That's awesome. So cleaning, like that's can you talk to my daughter? Can you talk to her about pandemic cleaning, please? That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. So what else impacted you? Like how did you? So too much family time. How about like your friend relationships?
Most of them were like completely fine because we would just like FaceTime still and stuff. But like some of my friends that I wasn't like as close with that like were more of just like my just school friends, I feel like it kind of like more took like a toll on those types of relationships.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of weird just to like not like go to class and like see these people every day and have conversations with them every single day.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, this is just like very odd. Like I was like, haven't talked to this girl for a while or her. Yeah. But it's like, I'm not, but then I also didn't feel like I was close enough with them at the point to like go and just like call them up and be like, how's it going? Like whatever. Right.
Yeah.
So it was like very like strange. So
yeah, as it continued to kind of, unravel a little bit, or as time went by, I heard that from, my daughter and other high schoolers that, what seemed to be this, novel thing of FaceTime and communication, that the usual modes of communication, Snapchat, Insta, whatever it was, ended up kind of becoming pretty lame, right?
Yeah.
Or not as fresh or not as impactful. So where did you, or how have you experienced hope or inspiration throughout this pandemic? So obviously we know it's been difficult in a lot of ways, but I've heard a lot of really cool stories from students about their hope or inspiration throughout this. So where have you found hope or inspiration?
So I would have like weekly Zoom calls with like my coach and my team and stuff. And kind of just like hearing like their stories. And like for a lot of girls, it was like a lot harder, especially like the seniors. It was a lot harder for them, and kind of just hearing how like they were dealing with it and how like what the stuff that they were doing that like kind of like helped me like kind of like accept it and like realize that this is like a bigger deal than what we were all like leading on, and kind of just like learn how to like toughen it out and kind of go through it.
Yeah.
But there's also like a lot of like news stories and stuff about like the rivers and stuff in Italy and stuff clearing up because of the shutdown and just like stuff like that. It's kind of like maybe humanity just kind of just needed a break for a little bit type of deal.
Yeah.
So then I eventually kind of just realized it and kind of just accepted it.
Yeah, that's awesome that, to find those positives in the midst of all of the negatives or the chaos. That's awesome. My last question for you today, and again, it's awesome to talk to you. It's awesome to hear your story. Where have you seen God in all of this uncertainty? Where have you seen, in terms of your faith and your connection to your Creator? Where have you experienced God in all of this?
Well, like, and like my little brother, because he doesn't hang out with me. So like during the like pandemic, like he had to hang out with me because I was the only person he could.
Yep.
So like me and him like completed like an entire like Mario game.
Yes.
Like the entire thing. And so we would go and we would like sit in the basement until like 12 o'clock at least every single night and just like knock out as many rounds as we could.
That's
and so
awesome.
like that was kind of cool. Just like I was like, he actually does like hanging out with me.
Yep.
I mean, I had to like play a video game with him for him to do it, but it worked.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, like the Italy thing, like that was really cool. And like for like a lot of the times, like me and my friends, we'd be allowed to go if we were like hang out, if we were like outside. So we would go and sit at like Lakefront Park or something like that, and like watch the sunset. And like that's what we would do like almost every single night because it was the one thing that we were like allowed to go do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of really cool to just like sit there with like your best friends and like watch something like that God created, like the sunset, like every single day. So it kind of just like kept us like motivated and just like kept us going. So
yeah, I love those moments that like when now there's space that you can take in, you know, creation or, you know, nature, these things that we've been so hustle and bustle doing all the things that we do in life that we don't necessarily take time to see it. So that's really cool that you notice those things and took the time.
Yeah.
I want to tell you that it's really amazing that you're willing to share your story, your journey. You know, we're still in the midst of this, right? It hasn't changed yet. So I'm also really aware that you're still on this journey, and I hope that we can continue to maybe double back and have another conversation, you know, 6 months from now, maybe when things have normalized, and be able to reflect a little bit more. So thank you, Meg May, for sharing. Thank you for being you. And thank you for being an awesome child of God.